just be. Don't take it. Take it. Just don't deal and live my life. Don't take it personal, but I ain't lying. I ain't hiding. I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking in moments we live in. Yeah, you got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking time out to be and live my life off screen. Taking time out to be and live my life. Hey. Taking just don't deal and live my life. Don't take it personal. We just building. It's my season. Lay foundation. Make a name for generations. Please and make a then take a break or a little vacation and chasing blues away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning or look like you always be working, soaking the moments you live in. Yeah, you got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking time out to be and live my life off screen. Taking time out to be and live my life. I'm in a place of being pure and free.
Look like y'all got some decisions to make.
I ain't worried about what the wave only will about me. Yeah. Oh, I'm taking time out to be and live my life off screen. Taking time out to be and live my life.
Oh, it's good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. I love the song. Galatians. Take some time out for me. Live your life off stream.
One pop asterisk, commentary classic. Went and tell the news, he told the news and done smashed it. Went around and learned the game and got your game mastered. Say you got the T, but she got the T faster. Fools pull the wool, limbs they lay 'em faster. She's a boss bitch, so you'll never get it past her. Funky Fridays, it be fun if you play it right. Me, I like the ladies, so you see me up on ladies' night. Pap got the game tight, play the game so right, so fly. You can laugh and cry in the same night. One pap who's got to put the name up in lights. One
Put the
pap
name
who's
up
got to
in
put the name
lights.
up in lights. One thing that y'all know, you fucking with a boss bitch. One thing that y'all know, you fucking with a boss bitch. One thing that y'all know, you fucking with a boss bitch.
Yes, I'm talking. Let me get some ones in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I'm getting a good mic. I'm getting a good mic check over here. Let me see the likes. Let me see you guys. Native Harlem. I'm getting strong signals over here. I have not touched anything on this live, so it should still be working just as well as it did last time I was on this. But I'll wait. Okay, all right. Let me see some ones. I need a mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm here. How y'all doing? I'm not on screen. I don't know why the camera didn't click on, because I don't care whether if it's on or not. But how y'all doing? I see y'all out there. Whole lot of men been talking, pretty much dominating the umbrella of the streets, the Blktube streets. Dominates it. You know, we got pretty much more men on the mic than we do a lot of women on the mic. So, you know, what you decide and then who you follow and all that stuff is totally up to you. But, you know, I'll have to say this. If you forever put your head down and not look at everybody, I mean, as entertainment, you got to be crazy out here. I'm come on, ladies, come on. It was very entertaining. You know, I saw lots of people when I can. Because something is going on at my job. They done put some blocker up or something. Or it's the towers are just really, really bad. I had Sprint 20 years. Never had a problem with Sprint. So we noticed that everybody's cell phones start acting crazy at work. When I'm at work, I try to catch me a Netflix movie or a Prime movie here and there. So I've been a little miserable, y'all. I had to break down and take my freaking iPod Touch to work, y'all, because I've been missing my music. I'm doing dandy, girl. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Hey, shout out to Gemini. You know, I saw her, throw the pap name up in the chat over on, I guess, the I don't know his name. I've never been to the chat. I get sent links and things like that. But in case you guys should know me by now. You know, I stay in my lane. I'm really not out here to cheer like anyone on. The whole YouTube it's a hustle. It really is a hustle. And in order to find your position, your growth, you know, and be able to use your mind as genuine as you can as a YouTube creator, you know, you have to like stay in your lane. You have to try to, in my opinion, you have to try to block a lot of stuff out, because you'll wind up either turning into what you see or adopting what you see, and you would never be as genuine as you are reaching, you know, to become. So that's just that's just my model. You know, that's just how I am. It's not I'm stuck up or I'm a hater or any of that. I just like to use my own voice and my own mind and my own thoughts, my own opinions about what I choose to, see and around this darn Blktube stuff. You know, I know that it can put a damper restrictions on your mind. You know, you will refrain from saying what you think or your thoughts, and I want to point it out to you guys. If I'm lying, then, you know, shoot me, okay? But I'm going to point that out to you. But let me tell y'all about this phone shit, y'all. I mean, I'm at work. Can you imagine walking around the building trying to hold your phone up in the air? Like, what the heck is going on here? No service. I literally, when I'm in a certain part of the building that I have to be in, it shuts me down. So I got to play catch up, you know, when I can, or if I leave that part of the building. So, yes, honey, yes, Capone, you girl, my mind means everything to me. I don't plan on being 80 years old and walking around bubbling on my lip. This shit ain't driving me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, honey. As much as I love the entertainment, but you know, if you continue to watch people, like really watch people, you can see where there's a little, you know, YouTube mental effectness there. It didn't affect it quite a few, y'all. Cause when I say that, what I mean by it's the selective pom-poms. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's here, near, there, because it's entertainment. It's entertainment. You said that you're just trying to understand why when Kels get ready to go to court. Hey, if it don't listen, like I say, YouTube is a business. They opened it up for all different kind of people for whatever genius or ingenious opportunity that you can find to make things happen, to persuade people to, hey, group up with me. Hey, support me. I ask for the support. My support is a little bit different, than a lot of other people, with the way the hustle is. So a hustle, it's a hustle. And it's just, I guess, being mindful of your dollars on what you want to help that person hustle. What if you want to help them hustle it that way, then it is what it is. But you have to keep in mind that everybody's money is their own money, and you can't dictate on where they throw it to and how they throw it. But I tell y'all about the phone thing. I've been discombobulated, y'all. I'm like, I'm walking around the building. Where is it? So I kid y'all not. I had Sprint. Hey, Latanya. I had Sprint 20 years or so. Sprint decided to merge over to T-Mobile. And I have just learned, after being on the phone with T-Mobile for at least 3 days, 3.5 days or so, right? Because one time I actually picked it up and they was like, hey, beauty, what's going on? What's going on? And as soon as they started talking, well, you need to do this and you need to check that, man, I hung up, man. Yeah, get up out of here. So 3 days ago, I was told that Sprint towers are finally down. They have discontinued them. Also, T-Mobile actually now has 100% of towers going on demographically, right? And I'm like, well, okay, which sucks. You should have left Sprint up with T-Mobile, because I believe T-Mobile still needs some boosting. They ain't quite as strong as they should be for pushing out their strength. And I guess what I'm meaning is that it's appearing to me that something is overpowering T-Mobile towers, okay? And it really sucks, because baby, when I tell y'all, if I get sent something, I'll be like, oh, okay. And they'll tell me, well, such and such is on, and such is on. And, I have to make a decision. Is it something that I can wait, to go check out or whatever, which I actually did with quite a few of the links that are being sent to me. However, I've made it home where now my Wi-Fi is good. But T-Mobile is catching hell from me, and I don't know. I hate to think about switching providers, because it can probably happen with the next provider. Then who do you go to? I hate losing my sonority. I'm good, sweetheart. I'm real good. I'm good over here. I hate losing my sonority with it. However, I kind of feel like I lost my sonority with being a customer, because Sprint is no longer. And it's like I have to rebuild my sonority up with T-Mobile to let them know, hey, when I call in, this is me. This is me. Fix my shit. This is me. We talking about 20 plus years now, and you add up the money of 200, because I have my daughter on my line, right? Well, back then with Sprint, I actually had all my kids on my line, so I'm roughly was pushing damn near $400 phone bill sometimes each month, with my children on there, right? Till they came out with the family plan, which was not too long ago. So then, I was able to reduce it down to like, 230. Well, now that I'm down to one child, I'm pushing 190, a month for my cell phone bill. And I'm sitting here like, I'm paid y'all. If I could add all this up, we talking about 20 years. We talking about damn near probably about $50,000 messing with paying on cell phone bills. And you think about that, it's us always saying, well, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money. But we could sure find some money when we want to, we want these phones on, or, you want to drive across to the other state. You gonna find some money for that. But boy, sometimes we be good at hollering, I ain't got no money, but we'll find some money if we have to, right? But that's the black folks. That's just the good part of being black. Black knows how to get it. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us, well, most of us. Anyways, I had to share that story with y'all on how miserable I kind of been, because my whole Wi-Fi shuts down when I get at home, when I get to work. Hey, yo. So I actually said, well, okay, I got a little bit more frustrated. I'm like, nah, I got to beat this, right? Because, hey, you feel like you got to beat whatever is going on. And me, I'm a challenger, right? So I'm like looking it up, like, okay, how can I get past my service getting blocked? What do I do? Girl, and Pernell, hey, sweetheart, the first thing that comes up, girl, the damn Google teaches you how to tap in, get your own VPN and your own number, and it was telling you for a certain, certain amount of money, you could end up with the IP address for, something overseas and this or that, and you're sure to connect anywhere around the world. But when they got into the prices, and I was like, huh? But what about the government? Oh, it talks about how the government was still, I was like, okay, this is a little scary, a little risky, right? But then you sit back and like, man, I don't feel like doing all this shit, getting a new, a DNI or the VPN and crossover on the IPs. And I'm like, oh my God, this technology is crazy. So here's what my solution was. Pat, it's not that serious, girl. It's not that serious, because right now, the only thing that's going on is, from what I have learned, that it ended up being, and not to put Mr. Kelly's name in this commentary, but it ended up being a lot of people to advocate for Mr. Kelly that just carried a track record. You understand what I mean? Like a track record, right? And before I jump all into that, y'all say that right there. Just hold that right there, right? And so I said, pal, it's not that serious. Just go on, because I love my music, and I listen to everything, you guys. Rock, soul, country. If it's got the beat, the melody to it, and the perfect harmony, it doesn't matter to me about who's singing it. I kind of just, I'll listen to it or whatever. So, of course, I'm walking around now with my iPod Touch. And, I got about 60,000 songs on it, so enough to hold me and replay it. And I'm taking it to work, and it actually brought back my happiness. It actually brought back where I used to be. However, coming on YouTube and gaining people that I like to sit on my commentary with, I be missing that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I be missing y'all. I do. I be like, I want to know what's going on with you guys. I mean, like, not your personal stuff, but just ordinary conversations and stuff like that. I want to say to all of you guys, like, have a good day. Like, don't get caught up in this stuff out here, and that's just me. However, you all know that I only got caught in it a tad bit, not as crucial as what you're seeing on the YouTube streets. So, oh God, I don't even know where to start. This is just unbelievable. They've been, these guys been going at it, right? But once again, cause I feel like it. You like the music. Thank you, Capone. I try to play the music. I try to play the music for you guys. It's just not for me. Just to throw y'all some artists out there. That's my, the King Sis. I love her music. So, anytime if I put something up and you're interested of what I'm playing, just go ahead and type it in the chat, and I don't mind sharing it with you. So, but you say T-Mobile is bootleg of my house, my phone call. Oh, yo. They are really, really, making me antsy over here, girl, to where I'm like, I might have to switch cell phone providers. And that feels like a new thing to me, though, yo. It's like I'm so afraid to do so. I feel like a infant, like, oh my God, how do I even go about doing this? I don't know. Missy, what's going on? What's going on, Missy? So, yeah, as I look at the things that's going on, a lot of gentlemen, a lot of guys, right? And I'm thinking, and I know that sometimes your backgrounds and what you've done in the past shouldn't matter to whom you want to advocate for, or do a bunch of things for. I understand that, right? But however, when you know that you got some oogie boogie going on, or had went on in your life, right? you know it done went on in your life. Sometimes, like, you know, you got to stay to yourself. You can't group up. You can't be texting people and trying to get to know people, and you just can't, because stranger friendships, it don't last always. It doesn't last always. So what I'm seeing now, as you know, evidence submitted out here on the YouTube streets, is if you have talked to someone, if you have messages because you're trying to get to know a person, or you want to ask a question or something like that, you know, man, get mad at a person, man, your shit going up on the screen. Your whole life is going up on the screen. And I'm like, hey, how these grown people don't know that? How do these grown people not know that? How do you not be a clean person, but you know, you do all the roasting? I'll give you an example, because I have to use me as an example, right? In the minute you piss them off, yeah, they come for your throat. Now, take Pap, for instance, right? The things that you guys have seen Pap done, you saw it on screen, rebuttaling back to what was aimed to me, or commented to me, or jumping in my shit. I don't care whether, if I did have shits and giggles about some goddamn book, either way it goes, people jumped in my shit, right? But here's one thing that I have to pat myself on the back, y'all. I do. You ain't getting no messages on no screen. You ain't getting no phone calls of my voice recorded on a goddamn stream. It is just not gonna happen. You know, and I be sitting back here and I'm like, you know, I can easily come into chats and say things if I choose to be, because I know you ain't gonna have nothing. You understand? I just know I knew to stay in my lane. I knew, you know, your heart genuinely would send you to the people that you know it's okay to talk with, or to share some things with. Your heart and your gut works together on that, right? Obviously. Ooh, child. That darn Booker boy. Booker, that boy can go dig up every goddamn thing on every single body. Every single body. That's crazy as hell, right? So this is why he doesn't have a problem with, you know, coming back at you, or, you know, being in the roast party. He doesn't have a problem with that, because he either, two ways of doing this, know how to go and get it himself, or somebody is supplying him who actually have access to a system that is governed. It's only two ways that this can be happening. And they're in these YouTube streets, you know, and they're helping this boy. But yet then, that this can be the person where he allegedly might be getting some help from with the governed systems that you could be talking to as well. And you don't even know it. That's why I used to come out and be like, S-T-F-U-P, shut the fuck. I used to all the time, shut the fuck. I'm not just talking to a particular person. It's like, everybody, shut the fuck up. But no, there's a lot of people that, man, you feel like you got to be on the phone, or you know, you need a good friend. Shit, step on the toe. All your stuff is coming out. It's ridiculous, you know. It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, I don't think that I've heard so much about criminal records since I've been on this damn YouTube street, or 1990s. You understand? I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. But then when I get to going and look at this channel at this person, and then look at this channel at this person. I'm like, well, hell, but one person, it ain't, one don't look better than the other. One don't look better than the other. And I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy, y'all. Oh, my God. Yes, Nisha, somebody on these streets, and God forbid if you that person that's been talking to that person or whatever, somebody's giving him these things from a governed system. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I'm like, how the hell? What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, child. Ooh, child. And it's, it's the men. It's dominantly men channels out here, And I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? But I stay in my lane, y'all. I stay in my lane. Shout out to Everyday Gemini, you guys. She threw my name out there. And, when I saw it go up the screen, I was like, oh, okay, I appreciate that, but I don't really, the recognition, the members and the people that vibe with my channel, I just like it like this. I like it like this. I don't think that I like for the people, to be like, well, yeah, get that motherfucker, yeah, or, or things like that. No, thank you. I could do it all by myself. He says he's a marble eye. It's a marble eye. Oh, my goodness. I don't know, I don't know. Like I say, it's just, I know it's entertainment. You say talking about he was at work, girl. I don't know. And with my prediction, Nisha, girl, if any of them pretty much, I don't know, was working as hard as many women are out here today, I don't think that you would be seeing this stuff like this to this level. You understand what I'm saying? Behind the screen, they say anybody can be whoever you are, but it's up to the people to what you guys, what you guys believe or whatever. My mind's been made up. I started out with what I believe, about Bookham based off of the things that he was saying. Now, if he was saying them truthfully or not, then that's on him. You can only judge a person by what they were saying at that time. That's just how I feel. Do I feel that there is still a big immature, goofy part about him and doing the things for some clout? I basically do. Hey, butterfly, I basically do. But he's not the only one. It's just that we have to listen, be slow to speak, and quick to listen, and it's there. It's there. It's all over the YouTube channel. Now, I heard the guy speaking over on his channel, and he spoke about several different people, bloggers on the YouTube street. And the chat was very diversified. Everybody who is a blogger had a member or a sub or a moderator in that chat. Sinful Peace chat, right? And boy, when he get to talking and going, and as he was going, right, if he would talk about a blogger that you may like, the responses became vague. And he can tell that, he can tell that, right? So I'm sitting in when I have time and to click back on it, and I was like, But to be of a integrity person, And I get it that, Bookham keeps up a lot of shit. I get that. But there's a lot of people that kept up a lot of shit. There's a lot of people that kept up a lot of shit when, with the blogger list that he posted up. But when I'm listening to Sinful P do his dialogue, his shits and giggles, his shits and giggles, right? And I watch the chat, it just became unbelievable because in a whole, we all watched a lot of the bloggers, including myself, kept up a lot of shit, or have done a lot of shit. But I get it. Gravitating is to oneself. It's what actually interests you, what keeps you afloat on a person's channel, or what is this person bringing that will hold your interest, you understand? And so when I saw that, and I was like, but wait a minute, I think, I'm not for sure, but I'm not for sure, so don't quote me on this, but I could have sworn that I saw I think her name may be Lovely One or something, right? I'm not sure whose channel she's actually belongs to, but I know when Sinful P had some words about the other bloggers, but not Bookham, boy, you could, you can see certain people just going and going and going and going. But then if he switch it up, and if it's about another person, now you can see, okay, now it's this. And I was like, wait a minute, this is so awkward because, truth be told, as a whole, if we want to rise as a whole or think about it with a lot of clarity to it, everybody has done it. So it doesn't make one person actually better than the other, I really laughed at that Musty thing, though. That was funny. The Musty part was funny, and I get it. He just decided to come out, and it was his roast day, and everybody have a roast day, right? So it was his roast day. But I don't know. So let me read some of y'all chats, because I actually just clicked on here for a second just to see what you guys were pretty much saying. I am pretty much out of my mode for all of the BITCHs and, and things like that. And I know that a lot of people will click into my channel just to see if I am going to use the BITCH word and things like that. But at some point, you do get over it. It's like, okay, that's boring. And you have to find something else. Now, rebuttaling off of Sinful P Live, just caught my interest today. And that's the only reason why I just clicked on here, because yeah, it was a lot of jokes on there. It was a lot of jokes on there, whether they were true or not. It was a lot of jokes. The Musty part got me, though. I was like, okay. But yeah, he actually hit them all, He went on to say some good things, I guess, about Sharon Winbush. But, I mean, I was out here when Sharon Winbush came out, and I can hear Sharon Winbush throwing out a lot of things that she wanted people to do. Even in the Boy Scout, you have the scouts that would be out in the forest, and being taught how to make a fire out of 2 wooden sticks. But they're, what do you call the boys, the Boy Scout leader? The Boy Scout leader would be right there helping them. But to sit and to watch whether if Sharon Winbush is still alive or done died, or her purpose was to be helping Mr. Kelly or not to be helping Mr. Kelly. Leadership can be done behind the screen, definitely. But you also look for the leadership with your people. With your people. And that's just how I roll. And that's just it. You know, so I couldn't get down. Couldn't get down with it, you know. And then after the protests, and I still have that, you know, the screenshot in my phone, and it was like, well, that protest for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was actually shitted on by Sharon Winbush. So I never took to her. After that, I've never took to her at all. Baby, that queen, we got to get into some of the queen today, Capone. You're absolutely right, because I think it's time. I think it's time to do a little bit of laughter about the queen, because if you leave it up to her, baby, Mr. Kelly going to be coming home tomorrow and the next. And then she turns around and tells you in spirit. she would tell you in spirit, girl. I'm like, in spirit she meant. In spirit she meant, baby. The queen be cutting up, girl, with her. And I ain't shitting on her views, right? With her whole 8 viewership, girl, she mean what she say and say what she mean. She is, I guess somewhat, it appears to me, shitting on Bonjean right now. To keep it real, it's like, hey, Bonjean, she ain't doing a job, and she doing this, and she's fucking him over. That's how I'm reading it, Capone. Like, she's fucking Rob over the same way she felt that Greenberg came in and screwed him over, and I was like, but wait a minute, when did you discover this? Because at first you was, you're emailing. She was emailing her and was happy to talk to her. Now, hey, Rusty, what's going on, Rusty? And things like that. Shout out to Rusty, you guys. I need to call all of my new subscribers out, because I appreciate you guys. And I understand the different angles that it do take. I'm getting back to the queen, though. Hold on. I'm getting back to the queen. I want to finish up Sharon Winbush, because, that was talked about or whatever. But shout out to my new subscribers, you guys. I got some that was a day old, 12 days, 13 days. And I usually, I don't do it because I'm not sure if people want their name all, shouted out. So I try to keep a lot of people just, unnoticed. It's not that you are going unnoticed by me. I just keep a lot of things private. So if you want me to shout you out and you know that you have subscribed to the channel to help Papoose and her channel, just say so. I'll put you out there. Now, like I tell you guys, I'm on Stream Labs. A lot of people, most of them, they use StreamYard. So over here, I don't quite know how to put a link into this or whatever, and I'm still learning. It took me a minute to get it to run right. So put a 1 in the chat if it's running right and you guys are hearing me okay. So I like to do a lot of graphics and stuff. So I'm gonna take this a step forward. I'm moving there, but my job comes first, y'all. My job is my life source. Not talking shit. That's not my life source right there. It's my job, y'all. TJS, what's going on? TJS, shout out to you. Shout out, y'all. Mods, we got TJS. She says that she is new here. Welcome, hon. Welcome, JS. Now the humble time. You didn't miss my roo-roo and rah-rahs because it got, a little bit silly. I had to wait till that kind of go away and get back to my shits and giggles of what I like to do of just 1 or 2 particular people out here. And I got off track and moved away from that because it really made me happy with my channel. It made me have my particular type of laughter that I like to do, and my, the people that are older over here with me, TJS, they logged on for us to have that type of laughter of what I call the BS, shits and giggles. So, but welcome. I appreciate you. Welcome. So, because it's going to take the people around here to grow. Child, what's going on, girl? Chalet. I'm going to call her Chalet because I don't know. I be saying child, but I think it's Chalet. So, but, I think I get sick and tired of, not sick and tired, just annoyed. You say, Papu, you know what? She sure do. I'm gonna kick her butt. I'm gonna come to the South. I promise you I'm coming down there, TJS. I promise you. I'm gonna get you. I'm going to get you. You know I'm bad at remembering a lot of names, girl. You know it. I'm gonna get her, Harlem. I ain't lying. I'm gonna get her. She just gonna, she gonna wait. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Hey, Chalet. Hello, Chalet. TJS, I'm gonna get you. It's all right. She does, Harlem. She really do. Now she can't no more. Yeah, you very welcome. You welcome, TJ. You very welcome. Look at London Dior. What's going on, London Dior, girl? I miss you, London. You was my first damn beef, girl. Where you been? Where you been, London? I used to have so much fun with you back in 2019. London, where you been, girl? I ain't even seen your name nowhere on the streets, London. What you do, take a day off? I talked about you, too, the other day, London Dior, because I had to mention your name. I was like, that was like my first person. Like, London Dior used to hit my ass, y'all. She used to hit my ass in them comments like crazy, but I ain't take that shit seriously. But I had to block her because she just kept coming, and I'm trying to do my commentary, and I'm gonna get you, beauty. Oh, baby, I'm gonna get you. Yes, I was telling my story, right? And I was talking about how, because I've been called the messy one out here, and I know you've been in these bushes, and you can clearly see who ended up being a bunch of the messiness, London. I know you see it, right? And you can't sit down and say, well, it's you, Pap, but yes, I brought your name up because I had to demonstrate to the people, like, when and how they would hear my messiness. And a lot of people could not understand, like, when you see me coming, that's because I was getting hit in my comments, and people don't usually go and read all the comments and things like that. So it appeared to everybody that I was like messy, but girl, yeah, I miss blocking you, honey. I miss blocking you. I was blocking the hell out of London, y'all. So London Dior, yes, I know, beauty, but I'm going to get you. I promise you I'm going to get you back. London was pretty much, if not the first, the second person that was steady in my comments, y'all. She was coming at my throat. Till I was like, you know what? I'm bringing London on the screen. I still have the live that I did on London. Her name is titled up in there. So pretty much everybody that I was coming back out here rebuttaling to, where it may appear that I was messy about, their names are in my titles. They were in my titles, but no, you target this person, and you target that person, and you target this person, and have no idea of where the targeting was coming from. None. And I'm sitting there like, man, go sit your ass down some damn well. But I miss London, y'all. London, you're going to have to hit my comments and cuss me out and a whole bunch of shit, because you had me cracking. I still got all your comments, too. I still have them. But I'm going to tell you this about London Dior. By her being the first, I think the first or the second one, right, after I'm doing my shits and giggles or whatever about Booker, right? Lana Dior put that strength in my ass. Lana Dior actually mentally, when I get, she was like, basically, she put in my head, bitch, you gonna have to stand up for yourself out here. These people gonna come with it, and you gonna have to stand like a goddamn armor. You gonna have to put your whole goddamn medieval times outfit on. You gonna have to. So after, going back and forth or whatever with Lana Dior, boy, I was like, I know I have to have the tough skin out here, because there's different personalities, and there's different, the different people are going to have the different opinions on what you say. They're not going to like it. Some will, and then here come the knives and the duct tape, you know. So, you know, it was crazy. It was crazy. But I had to give you shout out, London, because if it weren't for you coming at my throat, girl, I'd have probably been tucking my tail and been like, shit, let me get off of this shit. This shit is crazy. So, But yes, I did mention you the other day as one of my proteges that, you know, to show how I had to, you know, do some rebuttaling to people. And people never seen you in the chat, coming at me or saying that, you know, what your opinion was or whatever, right? They never seen you, London, New York, but I know you. I know what I saw. So, anyways, welcome to the chat. Hopefully we can or have moved on past that, because you know I got these mods in here that does what they supposed to do with the channel, and that is to just ask for people to come in with respect. You disagree, type I disagree. Tell me why you disagree. Make me see it the other way. You know, that's just how I am. And except for some people, you know, I don't really give two hoots about how they see it and how they say it anymore. I really don't. I'm trying not to pay any attention to it. So shout out to Pap, because she has not been reading much of communities or anything like that. Shout out to y'all for participating in my community board today. Y'all actually rock. Well, I was like, and I'll just be having fun on my community board, you know. Thank God ain't no names on that. I sure be like, oh Lord, so-and-so voted this way and so-and-so voted that way, even though I just lied, because everything you do say is very confidential over here unless you want me to put it out. Ain't that right, TSJ? Woo! Over here keep playing that crap. You said, Pat, Yo-Yo has a question. Not sure if you have seen it. Okay, I see it now. I see it. I see you, Yo-Yo. Shoot your question. Shoot your question. You want to know what? How tall am I? 5'3". You notice every black person is like 5'3", but we be 4'11" like forever. Now, back to Sharon Wimbush for a second, because, you know, I was listening to Sinful P, and everybody rightfully has the right to, you know, say good things about an individual by choice. It is what it is, right? But I just never took a liking to her after the protests, you know. I still have that screenshot of some things. I don't know why she, you know, I could not understand it. If we were out there, you know, downtown Chicago, just out on, you know, by faith, you know, it just threw us out there. One of the greatest R&B singers was arrested and placed into custody and was awaiting trial and went through several attorneys and ended up in New York and now is back in Chicago. But we went out there on faith. You know, and they always says that if there's a person out here that can proclaim that they can do things much better or, you know, 1,000 times better than you, then you would expect to see that person out in the front and doing leadership, not on a freaking phone call or by kite or by train or by freaking YouTube. You can say what you say on here, but being visible to people actually brings in a lot of trust behind a person, knowing that this person is going to lead and lead it right. You understand? So I'm still looking for Yo-Yo probably fell asleep. You know, telling me Yo-Yo. You say, no, Miss Pap, it's not you. I miss you. You say, I miss you too. London, stop making me blush now before we get to fighting. You say, is there going to be cameras in the courtroom in Chicago? Well, you still know that that's a federal. For federal, I hardly doubt it. You're going to get the whole repeatable information that you got from New York, because that's federal. Federal just does not broadcast it. If you're asking me if it's going to be seen on, you know, TV or something like that, no, not for federal. Now, state is differently. State, we may see some stuff. They may show it. We actually saw his first appearance from the state. Remember, they were showing inside the courtroom. They were showing you when he was standing in front of how you say his name, Lunenberg. How do you say that the judge name in Chicago? So I'm almost 90% sure we'll get to see what will be going on with the state, but with the federal, no, we're going to get pretty much everything that we have been seeing play out just like New York. What do I mean by that? You're going to get some of the same people that's going to show up downtown Chicago, and you thought it was state? No. See, I'm not sure what you're asking me. For federal, I have to say no, because they don't usually broadcast federal. But the state, I'm almost pretty sure that we will get to see the state. They will, they will show. Most courtrooms will allow you to see the state case. So, Weber. I almost said Lunenburg. Lynn Weber. Okay. Yeah. So, we're going to get the same repeat. We're going to get the same thing. You say she reads that like hooked on phonics. Who, Rusty? Who? You say you still listen to you. I had me rolling when you roasted catfish because she has me in my... She done blocked you too, London? Oh, London. What you done did over there? What have you done over there? Lennon Weber, I think is how you spell it, yeah. Oh, she was asking which one goes first. I thought she was asking, she says, is there going to be cameras in the courtroom in Chicago? They going to be there, but they sure ain't going to turn them on. We're going to see people show up down there. We're probably going to see another fight on YouTube about he said it, she said it, he was in my face, and she came down here for this and fucked it. We probably going to see the whole repeat, the whole repeat, and we going to see the people on their lives, very, very fast, so, and telling you the story. I highly doubt if you're going to see any of the COVID people down there, because that's traveling all the way to Chicago. So I don't think that they're going to be down there, getting their information. I think that they're just going to have to wait until one of the chaos side that shows up down there bring the news back to the YouTube, and then they'll have their dialogue off of that, or the media, of course, the the newspaper, VIA.com, or your main media is where COVID is going to have to get most of their Chicago news from. They won't have two representatives down in Chicago. I don't think so, unless they're raising money to do so now, probably. I don't know. So you say Court TV may cover his, well, that'll be cool. I've been watching, oh my God, y'all, I watched Court TV the other day. It was just too depressing. I had to turn it, it's just so much of oh my God, it was just too much for me. It was just killing after killing, and it was one guy that was on there. He was talking about, he was a cop killer, you guys. Oh my God, I was like, I just had to get off of Court TV for a minute, so... Yeah, but so that turned me off with Sharon Winbush a little bit, because I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand, like, if it was so many people that was out here with Mr. Kelly's interests, in their hands, and they was really, really caring for him or everything. I'm not sure if they picked the jury yet. I have not been on Pacer to see what's going on, so I have not been on the MCC. I have to switch my thing over from NYC, so because it's still on that. So when I click on there, I'm like, I got to retype in Chicago's case number to do all of that. So I'm not sure, Yo-Yo. What about somebody should know? Let me see. Capone, do you know if they started picking the case, the juror yet? So I'm not sure. But she turned me off, Sharon Winbush really just turned me off of her. Then one minute you had Bookham come out and say, well, she was dead. The next minute somebody say she wasn't dead. And then it was, bring the the limelight was all about Mr. Kelly, and with due respect, I understand that Bruce Kelly is his brother, but she took all of the attention from Mr. Kelly, and it was, next thing I know, is cash apps for Bruce. And I was like, oh, okay, but what about Mr. Kelly? You know, I don't know. She didn't get no cash apps for Carrie Kelly. She ain't put him up for that. You know, so something ain't right. You know, the Kellys either come in a pack or not a pack. She says, no, not yet. No one is talking about that at all. So, it just confuses me on how, certain people will lift some people up, but then, dog walk on another person, when I'm like, well, wait, you hold up, maybe she does have these good qualities, and that's probably all what, some people may have seen, but it doesn't take but one time for me, especially when you know your reason for coming out here. And for most of us, we all came out here to genuinely advocate or see what is actually going on with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. But it was just so many people with like dookie shoots. Like who are you? Like, why are you seeing this? Well, why are you doing that? Well, I could not understand that. So me, I don't rebound. I'm not going to rebound, because they say your first impression is your impression. This is who you are. And if all of these people came out to represent or you say not to crack, pronounce silly. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why didn't they come out truthfully? Why didn't they come out with integrity for this man? It just behooves me. It behooves me. So for a lot of people that I actually seen do wiki-washy stuff, right? We're talking about the Sharon Winbush, whom, a Sinful P actually kind of likes, and he has that right to do so, respectfully. But she was on the phone, like, with Drunken Larry. And Drunken Larry asking her, Levi, did Sharon Winbush got the things that she need? What is the people supposed to believe when you hear stuff like that? How do you turn around and say, well, you know what, she's good people, when what stuff is it that she was supposed to have? Speaking with Drunken Larry, Drunken Larry is saying these things. So maybe he sees the good qualities in her for advocating and representing for Mr. Kelly, but there's a lot of things that was said and done out here for majority of people to not see good things in her, or have this particular heart that, he may see in her. But Pap do not. Your first, as they say, YouTube could be your resume. You understand? So just because a person may have the honor to speak highly of other people doesn't mean that you should feel that you can be put in that position to do so as well. A lot of people out here believed in Martin Luther King, and a whole lot of people didn't, and they shot him down. A whole lot of people believed in Malcolm X and all of your other civil rights leaders, but look what happened to them. Everybody didn't believe what they were saying, or wanted to march behind them for civilization as a whole. No, they didn't. A lot of people didn't help Rosa Parks either, knowing that, she stood for what she stood for, that allowed us to do what we're doing now, and that's taking your ass to any seat that you choose to on the bus. So, out of respect, that's just you say you have. So, girl, I have a lot of questions too, and we know that they're never going to get answered. And now you move over, because there's this moving on over. He spoke about DJ. I don't know. I can't answer why DJ was on his live, and he felt that there were a lot of elderly people, that has taken care of DJ. And he said it out of his own mouth, though. A hustle is a hustle. And as an individual, you get to make your choice whether if you want to help a person up out of the ghetto, or if you don't. You have that choice. You know how many times you and me and you and me, a lot of people, where you ride down the street and that homeless man is standing on that corner with that cup. And how many times you done dropped $1 or $2, in that cup. Can we say the same difference about them? So that one there, I'm at a 50-50 on it, 50 that I don't give a shit, and 50 on it that a hustle is a hustle, and making your mind up as an individual, it's totally up to the people out here, Same way with the defense fund and the dollar for the king thing. You had a choice to make your mind up in it. However, when you have people out here putting things under Mr. Kelly's name, a lot of people can be deceived, naive, and gullible. It's up to you. Because like they say, and that's at least one of the factual statements that people put out here, all you got to do is use Mr. Kelly's name. He went on to speak about Choke No Joke, Choke No Joke somehow got hold to some letters. He started reading them. A lot of people started gravitating to that. A lot of people want to hear all of these things about Mr. Kelly. Choke No Joke as well grabbed a couple of hundreds of dollars, every time he came on. Hustle is a hustle. It's an individual process of thinking. What do I do? Most people, I think, in my opinion, they donate or whatever the case may be with their money because they just like the way the commentator is telling the story. Like the way they sound. Cousin Levi, they like the way he can harmonize or play on a Casio a piano and have some similar features of Mr. Kelly. So he bought it and he sold it out here. He bought it, he sold it. It was just that freaking easy out here. It was so freaking easy. It was ridiculous. But as I was watching quite a few, it's no different. Before I move on from that, it's no different with a Sinful P. He has immaculable of subscribers, way over us, right? Way over these smaller channels out here. Toxic Diamond, Nick at Night, Tasha K, Roland Martin, Sotomayor, Kwame Brown, all of them did, right? You said 7778. Girl, I used to love that song too. I'm homeless, hit my smoke signal. You ain't gonna never be homeless because I'll come down there and scoop y'all up and put you right on up in here. So you'll never be homeless. So cut it. So, and then, I guess what, it just, this is not just with Sinful P though. This is with like a lot of, because, what's her name? Toxic Diamond has done it too, when I called in on a show that Booker was hosting, and it was Toxic Diamond and Sky Life, and Prima Donna was on there, and Spitting Fire was on there. And Spitting Fire was pretty much one that says that, I like Pap, she's funny. She don't mean no harm. I just found my own little, different way of doing my commentary, right? But could never get the, it took me a while to get 1,000. My other channel is still lagging behind. I guess it's because I'm not on there as much, or the people just don't gravitate to integrity. People don't gravitate to actual realness. We do want the shits. We do want to hear the bullshits out here. Yes, we do. Because those are the people that actually have the most goddamn subscribers, right? But I called in, and Toxic Diamond gave me some mentoring on that channel. She says that, well, maybe if you would do this at XYZ and blah, blah, blah. And I was, and I watched her channel. I was like, well, that's totally different than what the hell she, was trying to mentor me on, right? But apparently, from all of the channels that I've watched out here, not just under this umbrella, the statistics have it that if you are just here talking, and you may have a few laughs or whatever, it doesn't matter. The bigger channels are not here to support these little channels. The bigger channels are at their own because it's a hustle. You say you hold your sign, we'll work for food. I know that's right. No shame in your game. So, all I can do is just come on and try to continue to grow. All I can do is do what everybody else is doing, and that's share and subscribe to the channels. And I have plenty of time to wait for growth over here. Finding different subjects and things to talk on is just right now what's dominating the umbrella out here to grow is these are mostly people that is only interested in hearing what's going on about Mr. Kelly. I can come on here and tell you what time the sunrise set, and you don't want to hear that shit. So it doesn't matter. So I have to appreciate my growth as it is, and it's growing. It's getting there, and I'm okay with that. I don't have too much of the riffraff. I don't have too much of information to show you like how Bookham does. I don't have that. I'm not looking nobody up. I don't care to sit on my channel and give you the whole resume of somebody's freaking background. That's just not my style. When I know that I'm sitting in the black community, and I know not you women, but I know that the majority of our men out here is going to or probably has a freaking background. What do I care about that? What is that gonna do? I'm not Court TV or what you call Vlad. Shit, Vlad be, that shit go, you have to go do that. I look at the celebrities out here, right? And this week, I was pondering in my head, like, how the hell, y'all answer this for me, because how the hell is Rihanna a billionaire before it's even announced? I have not even heard them announce, and I could be wrong, that Beyonce was a billionaire. Have they even announced that Janet Jackson was a billionaire? Or what about, let me think of another freaking celebrity that has been out here a long time. Anita Baker. Or God, I could go on and on and on. How, y'all? How? Is most of her support like from overseas people or something? How? Or is this just a billionaire on paper? Like, how does this work? I was like, wait a minute. The last biggest news that I've heard about Janet Jackson, and that was her doing her divorce when she, kind of inherited $500,000 from her baby daddy, the ex. And I'm like, what? When? How? I don't know how it was done, but I'm really curious, like, how in the hell did Rihanna hit a freaking $1 billion? Off of what? And I ain't trying to hate her, nothing but shout out to her, but I was like, huh? Oh, okay. All right. See, Beyonce I just didn't hear that with her being a billionaire by herself. You say no, and they still performing too. Exactly. Beyonce out there busting her kookarucha open, girl. And I ain't seen no headline news of Beyonce. Now, is Beyonce a billionaire because with her and Jay-Z money together? Yes. But I'm talking about on their own. They did an individual announcement for Rihanna. Billionaire. When? I was like, what? Holy shit. So I don't know when she snuck in there, to do that, but I guess it worked. You got me. You got me. I don't know. I'm curious to find out, y'all. I really, really am. Like, wait a minute. This is weird. This is weird, 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 weird. Very, very weird. So, who else was I talking about? Let me see. We did Sharon Wimbush, and basically I got off her. Now let's get back on the Queen. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I don't know what to say about this Queen, y'all. Sometimes if you read too much of her stuff, even though it's very intellectual written, it is written pretty good, but I'm sitting here like, this just has to be a woman who is very, 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 very infatuated. Absolutely loves her some Mr. Kelly from overseas, she's pretty much saying the same thing in a female version of Cousin Levi. He's coming home. He's coming home. He's coming home. He's coming home. You say you think Rihanna Welter comes from her other businesses. Definitely not from her. Okay. Well, that may make some sense. That may make some sense. You say you the Queen has some competition. I don't know. And I mean, whoever this is, she ain't never sleeping either. This one ain't never sleeping either, y'all. This Queen is up all freaking day. Post after post after post after post. What's going on, Miss Brown? Post after post. And I mean, this ain't no quick in and out post. Yeah, her post it'll run you about a good 7 minutes if you're speed reading of talk. Like for instance, here's her last post, right? She just posted this one up on 31 minutes ago. For some reason, she don't like Joy. She says that Rob knows this, but Rob is being held back from saying the truth, and that he would have never married her. When then put a 1 in the chat if you guys read that on the paperwork. Jennifer Bunjean put it in the paperwork saying that he is engaged to Jocelyn Savage, right? But the Queen comes back and tell everybody now that allegedly Jennifer Bunjean is deranged. I am good, sweetheart. How are you, Miss Brown? I'm good. That's what she said. Now she gonna tell y'all that her man, the King attorney, is deranged. Something is wrong with Jennifer Bunjean. She goes, well, you guys just wait and see. Because me and the King, we have plans. And he will be out soon. I'm like, did she not read the part where it clearly said that all on social media that 30 years, that they came back with 30 years? What do she think? What in the world does she think that means, you guys? She wants what acknowledgement for being, she's the spiritual woman. She's a spiritual woman. She's a spiritual woman. She says, but my ability has also helped me weave through the many, many fraudulent claims about him. It's like a female Cousin Levi. It is. It's like a female Cousin Levi. Boy, he's getting out. And then when he getting out, you all just wait and see. He'll be coming home to me. She says to see when people are being fraudulent online and why. Now, we all can get it when she get to talking about the fraudulent stuff, right? We know it, okay. She see all the fraudulent stuff going on. We get that. I can see bad characters in and unscrupulous people when I tune in. Well, of course, we all see that, Queen. We see these people. E.g., many online have been pushing around fake and false hashtag R. Kelly and hashtag Joycelyn Savage Stories. Everyday Gemini. I had to give you some shout out, girl, for putting my name up in that chat earlier. You know, I did. I saw you over there. Shout out to you. Just because Jennifer Bunjean turned out to be a stupid fool with deep, toxic, and damaging narcissist attributes. She talking about her king freaking attorney now. Yeah, at first I thought she was liking Jennifer Bunjean. Y'all have to go back to like when Jennifer Bunjean came on, right? Because at first I thought she was saying, like, yeah, you know, we got him somebody who is going to, you know, be really helping him out or whatever. I think she didn't start writing this type of stuff until I think I saw a post or something about how Greenberg, you know, maybe a little bit of an associate to Jennifer Bunjean. Then all of a sudden her whole attitude and changed over there. She's like, oh no. 3 snaps in the circle. She's like, oh no. She says, an attorney with poor real morals and a general hypocrite. Now, is she a hypocrite because Jennifer Bunjean disengaged her Twitter, or she got blocked on the emails? Is that it? Because in my opinion, unless Jennifer Bunjean actually gets people credentials, meaning the picture of this person, who you work with or who you don't, or where you're from, what you're gonna have to get a full resume with people. You know, you can't just be talking to these people out here, Jennifer Bunjean, 'cause this stuff is crazy. Now, we as the public or the advocates or just the supporters for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, this is what we are having to endure. Reading stuff like this, you don't have to, but it's because it's out here. She be putting this shit in paragraphs, Jennifer Bunjean, because we can't pass, it's hard to get past it. So, but Jennifer Bunjean, you know, apparently, it's Twistler time, y'all. It's Twistler time. You know, that I saw it on the Twitter where there was some conversing going on. You know, she would say something and Jennifer Bunjean would come back. So one would think, well, okay, well, maybe R. Kelly done check this lady out, or Jennifer Bunjean just didn't mind responding to whoever, you know, on Twitter or whatever, right? So it could play it out that way. But we saw that. So when you seeing that, sometimes we could be misguided, right? And be like, well, oh, okay, maybe Jennifer Bunjean checked her out or whatever. So she's having a little conversing with the Queen. So the Queen felt that because she got through to Jennifer Bunjean, right? She was typing out a bunch of good stuff. And he's be home. Trust this and trust that and woo, woo, woo. I go, okay. So here she goes. She says, an attorney with poor real morals and a general hypocrite. Who would rather listen to the world of gossip than her own client? Now, it was a letter posted up, and I put it on my chat yesterday, right? And the letter apparently was mailed to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, right? Was mailed to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Apparently, it appears that that letter made its way to Jennifer Bunjean. Jennifer Bunjean border plate, which had Jennifer Bunjean law XYZ on it, right? Put that out. You know, saying, well, you know, letting the people know that apparently it was one of the alleged accusers, because now I have to go back to, I need a reference check from the chat. According to the text messages that you guys saw in that letter, can somebody reference check that, Harlem, please, because I know you be on it. Was that a letter from Faith? Or was it a letter from Azarel? Because the way I've read it, it appeared to be Azarel. Do I have the text messages? Hold on. I do. I hate reference checking sometimes because you got to go through so much paperwork to get to the text messages. Let me see if I can find them fast. I got a lot of sticky notes on here because I was going back over some. I was rereading Jane Doe #1, which I'm going to reread again here from. I don't think this is a super seating indictment, but pretty close to it. Let me see if this is it. Oh, excuse me, y'all. God, I need a text message. Can anybody reference that for me? Can anybody reference check whether if that letter was sent to R. Kelly by Faith or Azarel? Anybody knows that? I'll pay it. Oh, God, I got so much stuff on my desk, y'all. It's unbelievable. Let me move this because this is about to drop. I gotta find the text messages. Might be in my other binder. And whatever happened to that goddamn Kenny Bryant? Kenny Bryant ever win his lawsuit? Whatever happened to that? I'm still looking. I'm looking. No, it's going to take me a minute to get to it. Aha! Oh, no, this is the text messages from, I guess, when they were on the bus about the employees. Employee #1, employee #2. Okay, I don't want to read that. Okay, so you were thinking that it was AC or, okay, so the name was covered with the X's and it was 5 X's can be, oh, so it could be either one of them. Okay, because I had got a stand to be correct in the comments and they were saying that it was Faith, right? And I was like, well, okay, well, let me do a reference, check on that. And if I was wrong about saying that it was Azarel that sent it in, then I needed to come on to apologize. But if the letter, I got to go back to the letter, y'all. Hold on. If the letter was, let me open up my other screen. If the letter was marked with 3 X's and 5 X's and you really couldn't tell, then there was no way to actually know for sure who it came from. So everybody was pretty much speculating, but of course we always do the monkey see, monkey do, because I kept hearing, Azarel. So I hate for my assumption have to put my goddamn foot in my mouth, but a reference check is better, and hopefully I can do that. Let me see if I can get that letter back up on the screen too. So we'll see. Let's see if it'll connect. If not, I better not get to pushing buttons over here because y'all know how Beauty will get on my butt about that. But let me finish reading the Queen first, y'all. Let me see. He says, who would rather listen to the world of gossip than her own client? Because the media and the public known him clearly better than he does. Or I. She says, or I. She knows him better. Does not mean that these people online were also not being fraudulent to gain views and attention. Well, that's pretty much what Sinful Pete talked about tonight. We know that a lot of people, looks for some views out here and attention. It's, put those together is entertainment. However, let's not be too naive about that clause, you guys. Because you know that if a person is on the mic you know, and person is running a screen and a person runs a chat, we're looking for the views. That's our only way to get the help that we can get to grow. It's the whole algorithm of it. Without the views, you don't grow. Without the subscribers, you just don't grow. That's just it. What's going on, Alma? All you said wasn't faith, so she gave a witness impact statement. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. That's not it. Okay, let me see if this is it. Okay, come on. Let me see. I really want to finish this, but I got to make sure I don't have any private stuff showing you guys. So 1 second. Okay. That'll be that one. Screen number 2. Okay. Let me find. I just want to make sure that those X's were on there. My word for today, I always get the word for today. So today's word was gusto. Yesterday word was eunomy. Eunomy, EUNOMY. I have to look that one up, see what the definition was to that one. But okay, let me find it. Okay. This is the only thing that I hate because I can't blow the freaking letter up. It is. It's 5 X's on there, just like Harlem said. I'll bring it over, show it to you guys. It's right there. Love you, ride or die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is no name on there, but Alma says that it could not be faith because she had gave a witness impact statement already. So I don't think that it was Azarel. She would have used the nickname. What's a poop? What's the nickname she had? Poop. What was it? Bear or something like that. So it wasn't her. Yeah, it says 5 X's. But what I did was I wanted to cross-reference it though, Harlem, with the question because, well, I guess all of them was given this same question. I did not take any money from him. Oh, there is a choice that you have to make. You said that? She said correct. So we need to know who that question was pertaining to. And God, I got too much paperwork. You said it might have been Holly because she was playing his music before she started her BS. Harlem said it's Holly. Oh, okay. All right. Bear. But that's where it would make sense and easier to apply a name to the letter by the questionnaire. Who was this question issued to? She says Bear and Zale. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys. She says shit is Smitty. Burnell is crazy. Okay, so let me get this off the screen so that we do know that there were the 5 X's there. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna kill the music just for a minute, you guys, and just let that play. So it says here, who would rather listen to the world of gossip than her own client? Because the media and the public known him clearly better than he does or I. Does not mean that these people online were also not being fraudulent to gain views and attention. It takes everything in me not to send Banjing the most hateful email of her life. Well, I would refrain from doing that, Quang, because then she'll been brought your ass up on some charges with that goddamn threatening and hate mail. You know that's against the law, right? You know that they can bring a charge up on hate mail, right? You issue too many of those, girl. You issue too many of those if you want to, baby. And Jennifer Banjing gonna be over at the UK grabbing yo. They gonna be coming to get you, Quay. You better slow down, girl. It's talking about sending some hate mail of her life. She gonna send some hateful emails of her life. I am thinking of King and how she is still legally his attorney. But also releasing this pain energy so it will not hurt me. My form of forgiveness is this. Oh my God, y'all. I am so thankful for Judge Ann Donnelly. Her weakness are also her strength. And I cannot help but to think what I would do if she was not willing to listen and act. If she was like Banjing and Greenberg, who do not care for King or myself. I am so grateful that she is willing to acknowledge her mistake and willing to be used to free him. I thank God for this with all my heart. So whatever others think is from a looking in with no emotional connection to King or I. How many of you guys have any emotional or should have any emotional to her? I'm about to take the King out of this for a minute, but she says that it pretty much sucks that you guys is looking in with no emotion to connection to King or I. Point of view. Yes, Alma. Yes, sweetheart. No one else's. Anywho think that they have been in this with us. With us who? Who is us? How many people? Put in the chat, how many people are you aware of that has been incarcerated? How many people? Because I only saw one, and his name is Mr. Kelly. How many people? Because she's sitting here saying, she says, anywho, I guess, who think that they have been in this with us, deluded themselves, are truly living delusional lives to think that they are somehow in this thicket with us. I'm trying to understand. Now, y'all blame this on, who asked me about this? Capone, was that you? You wanted to get into the Quang. Now I'm sitting over here needing a drink. I'm going to need a glass of wine to get through this one here, girl. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me right now? No. I'm going to get you for this one here, Capone. I'm going to get you for this one. Yep, I am. I'm going to get you for this one. So, it says that you are not part of our couple. So please respect this. Some may wish to be, but sorry, I don't do minage a choice. And clearly, neither does King anymore. So find another life to try to become part of this couple is closed except to only God. I'm gonna get you, girl. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Come on. You say she cray cray. Yeah, she's speaking for her queen. Yes. Yes, she is. So we are closed for business, definitely. You know, she speaks in spirituality, okay? Maybe this is some monk stuff over in the UK. I don't know, y'all. I do not know. Let me go see. Hold on. Let me see what else she says. 54 minutes ago. 22. Oh, keep being very approachable, humble, and loving public figure does not make him automatically everyone's friend, brother, cousin, boyfriend, or associate. It makes the public around him who thinks this very mentally unstable and needing psychological help to learn healthy boundaries between themselves and famous people they start to believe are with them or their friend or worse blood. This is the insanity of fame, the negative, that people think that they know who you are and they draw conclusions from pieces of information that they hear. Well, isn't that life? You can't draw conclusions without just the verbal part of life. Everybody, hey, this drawing a conclusion didn't just happen to Mr. Kelly. This is life. People talk, they paint a picture, you draw a conclusion, or you analyze. You put a little bit of synopsis to it, and then you make a conclusion out of it, right? So that one there threw me. Celebs, they cannot fix this issue. The good in being loved by good, honest, and mentally healthy people should make up for it, but sometimes it doesn't. Either you are an abusive, secret homosexual, or their brother, future baby daddy, cousin, boyfriend, or fiance. And I need a book of cease notices, restraining orders, and lawyers. I don't know who she mad at. Sounds like the public, sounds like the attorneys, sounds like I don't know, y'all. You said you was giving her until I saw those. Also, she's actually. Oh yeah, you know what? I just saw one, and then she has on here psychic. Like this, it's a lot of people that just don't sleep around here, y'all. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. How many of y'all actually, get some sleep out here? How many? And how many of you guys are really sleeping with one eye open? How many? I'm looking at all of these. There was 2 court listeners. Yeah, I didn't even open them up, y'all. So I didn't open them up. Like I say, I like the people, that's you want to go run first and be dropping that and doing this and doing that. Go right ahead. I saw Sylvia, she was pretty upset on her channel because she said she's tired of Bookham, with all of his lies and lies after lies and lies after lies and lies, That there is still mind puzzling, because a lot of people came out here together and, I guess try to, you sleepy, Miss Brown? You ready to go to, what time is it? It is 10 o'clock. Oh, that's not what I want. Hold on. I wanted to just play Greenbird's Q&A. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, sternutation. Let me see if I can find it. What did I do with that? What was yesterday? That was the 9th. I know I sent this. I sent it yesterday. So where? Capital One. I'm gonna have to build my own little separate stuff to a different inbox on here so I can easily get to it. I need to start doing that, and that's what I'm going to do. I guess I thought I sent it to me. I don't know. You say, I need to promote my new movie. Put it up here, girl. Send it to me so I could put it on here. Oh, you said you, yes, Miss Brown. I sleep when I tell you. I sleeps good. Sometimes you have to, girl. You got to clear it. You got to clear it. Let me see if I still have it in my history. Yeah, Sylvia wasn't feeling. She was upset. Yeah, she was upset. She's like, she was so tired. She's like, I am so tired, you know, of just hearing all of the stuff. But one thing about them ears, you can turn them off. You could definitely turn them off. Like I did. Like I got tired of hearing that shit. So it's like, bye-bye. We not finna keep doing this here. Hold on. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Let's watch this and then we can get up out of here. Let me send it to my Gmail. Again, let me get some shout out, you know, to the new subscribers. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Dixon, Boogie, me, myself, Diaz, Cotton Candy, Withers, Blue Sky, Gabby, A. Howard, Creator, Cy, all of you people, thank you, thank you, thank you. Skits, Ronell, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, people. Thank you so much for, you know, subscribing and you know, thinking about helping Pap channel to continue with growth. You say me. I need you to send me your stuff so that I can okay, where is it? Oh jeez. Okay, there we go. Let's see what Greenberg has to say, giving his update about Mr. Kelly, you guys, and then we can get on up out of here. Y'all, after I get your thoughts about it, okay? Let me get your thoughts about it. Hold on. Now I got to remember where I put it under. Okay, there we go. Let me rewind it so you can get it all. I do not own the rights to this video. Look y'all, I got a bad community strike, boy. Hold on.
in the last hour or so. Victims, survivors speaking in court, addressing the court, saying some things that were very powerful about their experience with R. Kelly. And R. Kelly maintains that he didn't do anything wrong here. And somebody who knows R. Kelly well is Steve Greenberg. He is his former attorney. He actually withdrew from the case before the trial started, shortly, just weeks before the trial started in federal court last year. Steve, thank you so much for coming on and making time for us this afternoon.
Sent it to
really
me,
appreciate
Beauty.
it. Your reaction, your thoughts on this 30-year sentence for R. Kelly, your former client.
Well, first of all, I still represent Robert on the state cases here in Illinois.
Okay,
so
I apologize. So sorry.
But I didn't do the New York case.
Let me pause that right there so that everybody can have this information. He has just stated that he is still representing Mr. Kelly in the state case in Chicago. So we heard it from his own mouth, and I put a posting up on my community chat, right? And I asked people, what did you guys think about Greenberg? Let me make sure I'm quoting myself correctly. Continuing on with Mr. Kelly's state case. And I said that Chicago State Counselor Greenberg speaks out on Kelly's New York trial, and he explains alleged accusers' personas. Should he be trying the state case or not? What's the public opinion? And I ask to please leave the comments on your thoughts. I'm not going to put the names to the comments, but I will read the comments. We had a vote come in at 111. 25% of the people said yes. And I'm trying to see what Beauty is saying about her movie. I need to promote my... Where's the new movie? The Black YouTube Leprechaun Saga. 10 tickets coming soon. This girl is so silly. 75% voted no. What's going on, Keish? So, before I continue on, just let me run through some of the comments, right, without the names. One person says that, Kelly needs an attorney like the one Johnny Depp just had on his case. Because Camille Vasquez wasn't playing with them people, period. She was sharp as a tack. And with her questions, her facts, and her comebacks, this entire trial has already taken up too much time with all of these different people coming and going. Kels needs someone that's going to come up with all the facts and expose everyone who needs to be exposed. They need to pull all the accusers' criminal backgrounds as well as hospital records, etc. Just like they did Rob. They need to start being fair, because this whole case has been only one-sided since the very beginning. If you like that comment, go ahead, put a 1 in the chat. If you didn't, put a 2 in the chat. Let's move on to the next comment. He didn't do anything when he was on this case. As his lawyer, he let it get out of hand. He couldn't even get one motion granted or anything thrown out. What do you think about the second comment, you guys? Let me know in the comments out there. He's been keeping up with the case, even with Bonjean. He's been behind the scenes. Anywho, I'm just going to say free R. Kelly. Shout out to you, commenter. I've not seen him do anything when he was his lawyer. He ain't beat to me, period. He and Miss Bonjean have a good relationship. They've worked together. Well, this is an obvious one. Wink, wink. He and Miss Bonjean have a good relationship. They have worked together on overturning several convictions in Illinois. Well, commenter, I guess that a lot of us wouldn't know that unless we've done our homework. Isn't that right, commenter? And the other person says, hell no. So those are the comments that I got. I hope to get more people to participate in the comment area and on the community board, especially where I like to go to just have a little fun with you guys, just to, tap into you guys when I'm not on my live stream. So it helps me, so make sure you get over to my community board and come and laugh with me over there, and hit the like button over there and participate. In your name, it's anonymous when we do the votes. When we do the votes, it's anonymous. So play along. Stop being some Scrooges out there. Now, let's move on. Let's move on.
Robert has been plagued by...
I know that's your comment. I said I was keeping it anonymous.
When he went with other counsel for the New York case, I think he made a poor decision because I don't think the court got the right flavor of the case. Look, this case, everyone has heard about R. Kelly, and everyone says he abuses young women. In the case in New York, that wasn't what they prosecuted him for. They prosecuted him for transmitting herpes, for taking someone he lived with lawfully in Illinois to California, I believe to the Grammy Awards, and having sex with her there where it was considered underage sex.
Okay, so let's pause that right there because I'm going to need some comments behind this one here. We know that was one of his charges, right? We know that. But what Greenberg is saying here in defense of Mr. Kelly is this was someone that was claiming to be his girlfriend, had been with him for a couple of years prior to this charge being put on Mr. Kelly. He's also stated in here, not verbatim, but if this was his girlfriend, we all saw them portraying as if they were living together. They were residing in the trunk, doing lots of things on outings and in the cars and shopping and you name it, and new boobies, okay? So what he's saying is that it was a possibility that though that girlfriend was in a intercourse also relationship with Mr. Kelly, right? That's what he's saying. But he's also stated that this had been going on in the state of Illinois at that age. That was legal to have sexual intercourse with a person with consented, right? So the New York took that and they turned it around due to an outrage of, a lot of stuff that came from the Drunken Larry's page over there saying that, young girls can't consent. Young girls can't consent. But does the law bag up what Mr. Kelly had going on with his then relationship with that person? The law said it was this age. They laid down together. There was no outrage about he kidnapped me or I was in a cult or he beat me prior to living with him. What was it? 5 years or something like that. Dominique, 10 years or 9 years or 8 years, some shit like that, right? Wasn't an outrage about it then. It only became an outrage, according to Greenberg, and the law, your government decided to, wait a minute. He took her across state line. And when he took her across state line to the government, it became an illegal act to do, saying that I guess she was not of age or she was not in a position to consent because she's 1 year, allegedly 1 year under the age of what Chicago requirement was. However, they were in a mutual relationship. I guess he asked her, it was said on the Gayle King, she says, we're with him. We are with him. That's my man. I watched her walk down the streets, what was that, to the courthouse, and she was, that's my man, and they were holding hands, and she came on her IG channel, even fathering it more by saying, I was sitting by him, and Robert, it's my man, so there were plenty of evidence out here, had it been submitted in evidence in New York or whatever, and to the juror, that videos, I don't think the government would have been able to switch up the vibe with saying, well, over there, she may have been a girlfriend and may have been legal. But the minute he, took her over or brought her over to whatever concert and or hang out with him or whatever, well, now it's a different law and the government is going to charge him. So, but let's continue to hear from Greenberg.
I have always thought that the New York prosecution was an abuse of what the law intended for a RICO case, and I think this sentence is just a further abuse of that. All of these people, when you drill down in the discovery, were perfectly happy with their Gucci stuff and their fancy dinners and their private jets and all that, and no one ever complained. They didn't even complain after R. Kelly broke up with them. They didn't complain till years later when it sort of became the thing to do and to dump on R. Kelly. So I think the sentence is just an abomination.
Well, Steve, some people would say, though, that that's part of the grooming process, buying people Gucci, taking them on private jets.
Well, let's all take a moment to respond whether if you feel like buying a person a Gucci or Fendi or Birkin bag is part of a grooming process. I thought that it was just a way that a man would treat a woman in a relationship. They're just called gifts. Why did it have to be part of a grooming process? Because if that's the case, I want to go and check her closet and see if she has been groomed. But she probably ain't married, so I don't know. I'm just hypothetically speaking. Let's go back down her thing. Are we going to start charging men charges of grooming and persuading them to come into my life because I want to hold you as a colt and I want to kidnap you and I want to take advantage of you by buying some goddamn purses and clothes? Are you serious? But they enjoyed it. They talked about it. As a real, talked about that damn purse on her damn live. So does that give these people the advantage to call it like they think that they see it because they see a young black girl on her channel talking about a freaking purse? Notice how they didn't talk about cutting up that coat over there. They didn't talk about cutting up that $4,000 or $8,000 coat that she had over there, right? She made a whole nother goddamn goose feather mattress out of that damn coat. I ain't lying, but I just don't understand. We know that this is media, so I can't say that. But that's what she put out there. Do you guys think when your man is buying you all of these expensive things because they have the money to do so and they like for their women to have the finest things, how many of you guys have been groomed out there? That's what she says. Let's take it back a second or two because she says that you all are now being groomed. They were groomed.
I would say, though, that that's part of the grooming process, buying people Gucci.
Sort of became the thing to do and to dump on R. Kelly. So I think the sentence is just an abomination.
Well, Steve, some people would say, though, that that's part of the grooming process, buying people Gucci, taking them on private jets, showing them this like jet set lifestyle that can, be part of that. I mean, we heard about things like this. We've heard about it in other cases, and
But let me interrupt you for a sec, okay? Because there wasn't, and no one said that he was grooming people in this case. Let me give you an example. There was a young lady that lived in Houston. She came up to New Jersey with her sister to see R. Kelly perform in concert. He took a liking to her. She went back to Houston. She came back voluntarily. He sent her plane ticket. She came back, and she was very open. I wanted to be with this man. That's not grooming. Now, once you're with him, of course, he's a celebrity. He was a rock star. You're going to live that lifestyle.
Hold up, Greenberg. Let me interject there, and let me further it a little bit more. And because her parents, her dad is a pastor, and the mother is the alleged first lady, right? And she took this story back home to her parents, where the empathy whole thing came out. And you know, it was hard for me to go tell my mom and my dad about what happened. But guess what, Greenberg, it could be a little easier. You got this, you did this with R. Kelly. And R. Kelly, you talk about the rich R. Kelly, the R&B singer R. Kelly. Okay, well, you know what? We're not too happy about what you done. That's not cool. And we sorry that you allegedly contracted this whole thing that Gloria already done told you gonna have in order for us to win this case. I'm just saying, keeping it real, y'all. But you know what, daughter? If you say that you talking about the R. Kelly. Okay, well, we gon' go head on along with this stuff. How much did Gloria already said we can make? We gonna probably end up getting, cause you know that you gonna have to help donate some of this to the church now. Cause we gonna have to rent some of this on off, so you know we could be saved. Cause you know there's some dirty stuff we getting ourselves involved in with you right now. But if Gloria already said that we can tap out. Can I get a hashtag? Tap out. Tap it out. How much you said? Okay, well, we gonna roll with you this time. We'll worry about them goddamn herps later on after we get the check. I'm just saying, Greenberg, you got sometimes gonna have to throw what's real up in the grill. You gonna have to put it in the grill, Greenberg. Let us all know. We need to know how the hell she just wooed them parents up. Listen here, mama, daddy. I know I defied you. But I was, you know, I went to see it. But no, have the sisters spoken out yet? Have the sisters spoken out? Lady said, where was R. Kelly even on a jet? No, let me rewind that. Did he say jet? Let's take it back a little bit. Let's take it back just a little bit.
He was a rock star. You're going to live that life.
He a rock star too.
I mean, if he'd have said to somebody, look, I'm going to wear Versace clothes, but you have to wear Levi's and a T-shirt from the Gap because that's just how I am, they would have left him.
Well, so when was the last time you spoke to R. Kelly without, saying anything that's going to violate, attorney-client privilege?
Well, that's really not. I mean, I speak to him.
Okay, how's he doing?
He's doing terrible. He had his entire life taken out from beneath him. This is a man who really should be a billionaire, right? Sold more albums than Whitney Houston, more albums than Michael Jackson. And when I had first met him, he was living in a one-bedroom apartment that he rented because everybody has stolen from him over the years. Everyone has taken advantage of R. Kelly. Now, I understand that some of the choice...
Stop the press. Now, I heard him, and I heard another guy out here that said that too. I don't know how true it is. I guess it may be some truth to it because according to a picture that is out on the internet with Mr. Kelly and ex-Drea and I guess it's the first baby, Baku, on the picture, right? Apparently that was taken inside of the first apartment, in the hood. He didn't have no money. He's just starting out, right? I don't have that picture in my archive, so I can't put it up, but hopefully you guys know which one I'm talking about. But then now Greenberg is saying that, and who else made that statement out here in their commentary? Could it have been the goddamn Shabazz? Was it Shabazz, y'all? Shabazz told the story, about, he lived in this, I'm like, okay. No, now Greenberg has, those details as well. Let's hear him again. Did it sound like Shabazz, y'all? Listen, sound like Shabazz. What's going on, Shannon?
First met him, he was living in a one-bedroom apartment that he rented because everybody has stolen from him.
Listen, same thing.
And Whitney Houston, more albums than Michael Jackson. And when I had first met him, he was living in a one-bedroom apartment that he rented because everybody has stolen from him over the years.
Wait a minute. Did he just say when he met Mr. Kelly, he was staying in a one-bedroom apartment. I got to hear that again, cause I thought the one-bedroom apartment was long time ago. Let me see. Shh. Be quiet in the chat. Quiet in the chat.
Taken out from beneath them. You know, this is a man who really should be a billionaire, right? Sold more albums than Whitney Houston, more albums than Michael Jackson. And when I had first met him, he was living in a one-bedroom apartment that he rented.
He did say that.
Because everybody has stolen.
He did say that. Hold on. Isn't that what he said, y'all? Put a one in the chat if he just said that when he met Mr. Kelly, he was living in a one-bedroom apartment. So is he saying that he knew Mr. Kelly from all the way back when Ruku, what's her name? How you pronounce her name? Ruku was a baby? Because in that picture, she was, probably about 3-4 years old? And she's like 23 now? I know. Look, who gonna check me? I saw you. I saw a little bit of it today. I saw a little bit. I'm waiting to wake up my chat out here, though. Did he just say that? Can somebody explain that to me? Can somebody explain that, please? Is that what he said? I'm going to play it one more time because I got to hear it clearly. Now, I know I said shh, quiet in the chat, but y'all can talk now. That's what I thought, Pernell.
This is a man who really should be a billionaire, right? Sold more albums than Whitney Houston, more albums than Michael Jackson. And when I had first met him, he was living in a one-bedroom apartment that he rented because everybody has stolen from him over the years. Everyone has taken advantage of R. Kelly. Now, I understand that some of the choices he made in life are not such good choices. And that in the 90s, maybe he made choices that are now coming back to haunt him. And I think the case here in Chicago might be a little bit different factually than the case in New York. But the case in New York is really where people are capitalizing. All of these people went on this so-called documentary. All of them got wined and dined. Are we going to say the documentary people were grooming them? All of them benefited from dumping on R. Kelly, who's now going to sit in jail for years for what was 95% consensual sex.
Well, 95%, there's still 5% that wouldn't be, if that's what we're arguing here.
Well, no. I'm saying it's 95% consensual sex. There is a 5% of that case that had nothing to do with sex. There was the bribery charge that was in there. That wasn't a sex charge. So all of the predicate acts involved sexual acts except bribery.
So, Steve, it almost sounds like you're saying it just became the in thing to do to accuse R. Kelly of sexual abuse. And transmitting herpes, that is a big deal. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. When you have a sexually transmitted disease, you have a duty to not spread it about and to inform partners of that. So I guess I'm just thinking, so you're thinking, you believe all of these accusers made it all up and just kind of jumped on the bandwagon with one another.
Well, I don't know that they made it all up. I mean, sexually transmitted disease. He was prosecuted under a New York misdemeanor statute that had never been used to prosecute anybody. It had been on the books since 1944. Lots of people have given people herpes. Lots of people have given people the clap since 1944. And no one was prosecuted on it. And they made it into a federal crime by claiming that he did it. He crossed state lines. He went to New Jersey. That's how the case ended up there. But let's look at some of the other people. His former girlfriend, Azriel, who was very honest in when she testified, I will say, and she said, my mother sent me to a concert and said, you make this man fall in love with you, you're going to have his babies, you're going to be his girl, so on and so forth. They preyed on him. And for them to now come to court and say they are victims is just being intellectually dishonest. But
so you're saying that R. Kelly's the victim here?
Absolutely.
The 55-year-old multimillionaire is the victim?
well, he's not the multimillionaire, but yes, I believe he is a victim of people who wanted the situation, were in this situation. No one complained about anything. That's what people forget. No one complained until agents and prosecutors and TV producers went out and found these people. Nobody had complained. They didn't complain to their friends. They didn't complain to their family. They didn't complain to the media.
Steve, what's next as far as the the Illinois case goes? So what are you going to do with
Well,
that?
his next case is up in Chicago, and you know, I'm trying to provide whatever assistance I can to his attorneys on that case. Obviously, they'll have to evaluate how they're going to move forward with that case after this sentence. I know that he's got very strong attorneys in New York. They wrote a wonderful post-trial motion. I think they're going to win on appeal because I don't think this is actually a RICO case. I don't think there was an enterprise that existed, which would invoke the statute of limitations then, and the case would have to be thrown out. The cases in state court in Illinois, we'll deal with them when they come up. We'll try every one of them and we'll prevail.
Well, I guess we'll wait and see on all of that. So, Steve Greenberg, I know you're...
Play this clip afterwards.
We will, believe us, we will archive it. We archive everything. We'll wait and see on all of that. Still very serious charges that your client faces, R. Kelly. I mean, child porn charges. It doesn't get more serious than that. So we will wait and see. And we thank you for making time for us on this, what I'm sure is a very busy afternoon for you. Steve Greenberg, attorney for R. Kelly, withdrew from the case in New York, but currently still represents him in other matters. Thank you, Steve.
Well, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? He says that he will be there representing Mr. Kelly for the state case going on. Yeah, says that he will continue to try to be some of assistance to Jennifer Bonjean as she is still preparing for the federal trial in Chicago coming up here in probably 32, how many, 40 days, somewhere up in there. Yeah. So I guess we as supporters, spectators, advocates, gossipers, liars, or whatever, and the haters are just gonna be sticking around waiting to see how it's going to go down for Mr. Kelly. I don't know, you guys. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of people is not for Greenberg, and some people are for Greenberg, I guess. You know, hopefully, you know, if he's doing the state, that he can get as much damage off of him as these people has placed upon him. So, with that being said, y'all know how I go out. I know y'all can't stand each other. I'm going to get Beauty. I saw Beauty tell me, I don't be watching the chat. You supposed to be watching the chat when Shannon ring the doorbell. How you know Shannon could come in here? Huh? How you know? You said, what the hell was that? That was 2000 and something twerkalicious, Shannon. That's what that was. You said, hell yeah, he is the dominant victim, point blank, blame, period. I believe the case is over his head, but he supports Kells and tries to jump in where he can. He stated that. So he seems to be very, very uppity up about the state case, you know. Hopefully he's prepared for that. Do you think that he's prepared for that? We want to know, Greenberg, are you ready and prepared for the state case? Yeah, they really dumped a lot on him. They really dumped a lot on Mr. Kelly. So what's going on, Queen? Yeah, what's going on? But we will see. Is there anybody in the chat room that's planning on, you know, going down to a day or two of the trial, or not? How do you guys? Are you guys just gonna wait and see, you know, for the media to drop it or some commentary of people being there? You say, apparently the R is okay with him. He's still there. Well, I guess I'll have to agree with that. If he's out here publicly saying that he will be trying the state trial. So you got a point there, Beauty. You got a point. Mr. Kelly must still be rocking with it. Yeah. Keith says she loves the... Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you, honey. I try to make the channel fun, so when you guys come over, you know, you're not as bored. You're not as bored. Don't forget to like and share the channel, you guys. We can't grow as commentators out here without you guys' support and help. Period. You know, don't be with your likes out there. Don't be selfish with, you know, there's a lot of channels that I just don't like. You know, I subscribe to them in the beginning on, you know, quite a few of them, because I don't know. I don't know. It's not the subscribe button that, you know, that, I don't know, make you feel some type of way about it. I'll feel some type of way about it if I'm really continuing to watch in on it, but I think that I don't, you know, I would never want to stop anybody growth. I just don't, because you know, I try to be optimistic about it, because we all can, you know, have a little room to make some change in, you know. I'm like, holy cow, you got these little channels. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling some type of way. Now that you say that the Levi, the ain't the cousin, or the Bookham is this, and that this person is this, but yet that you have the people out here with trying to have the most integrity and fun channel, whatever. And man, y'all gonna have to, we got to rock a little bit more support over here. We really do. I think that I deserve it. I deserve it. No, I'm not sitting around reading no papers all day, but I sure will come on here and crack y'all the hell up when I'm ready to laugh. When I'm ready to laugh. Shout out to everybody that still has the membership, and don't forget to get your butt over there to the One Papoose Grind. Go to the About page and continue to do your little shopping over there for your Pap socks and your Papoose tank tops and your Papoose leggings and your Papoose pots, pans, tie, whatever you can find on there. Get on over there and support your girl over there as well. But guess what? It's 10:40. And I know half of us got to get that beauty sleep. So y'all know what? It's time to get on up out of here. So y'all have a beautiful, beautiful night. Read your comment. I seen Shannon cleaning up on aisle 9 at Walmart. Hey, I love all of y'all for rocking and supporting the channel. Stay tuned. I'm coming back. I got my shit from good.
Getting it lately.
Girl got to work.
A lot of bad vibes. I'm seeing it lately.
I'll see y'all soon.
All bad signs. I'm feeling all weary. Got a feeling weak. All lost. Won't somebody tell me why it went wrong? Won't somebody tell me what is gone? Won't somebody show me? 'Cause I'm lost. I'm
over on the One Papoose channel. I know it'll probably be bored to some people, but I will be live over there only to do book reading. This is for educational purpose. Only you guys, I feel that I kind of want to sit down and go through the documents of the four founders that established America Foundation, and how it started, and what happened in the middle of it, and how we ended up here today. So if you have some time and you want to come over and join listening to the reading of it, we, the people, I got to dig deeper into it to really understand what exactly does we, the people, and when it comes from the colonists back in the 1700s and the Englishmen and things like that. I just really want to know a little bit more about it. I still have a teenager up and coming here that I need to be there for and brush up on with the SATs and the ACTs, knowing that there's a lot of things that I could be indulging myself in that can come up with her for some type of test. And I just want to be that mom that has those answers for her. It's been over years. I've been down history, lane, high school, and stuff. So 3 courses of brush her up, it can do me some good. Hopefully you guys some good. So I hope to see you guys over on the One Papoose channel as well. With that being said, I'm out of here. Say smoke, you smoke signal, you and Carl are in charge. 30%. I'm down to 28% too, so I'm about to head up and put all my electronics, on charger. And you know what? All of my subscribers, don't forget to turn your notification on. I kind of look for some of you guys to be in the chat. Like, you say you can't hear? Yeah. Do I need to start it over? After this, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start reading my book reading on the documents of the four founders for our United States of America and how it was established through the colonists back in 1700s up until where we are now. Something that I just like to do, but that will be reading on my other channel. Everybody that is subscribed to me, my moderators, I like for you guys to just, try to get your notifications. I know Priscilla has a hard time getting the notifications, but I like to see you guys here. There is 1 or 2 that I rarely don't see here yet much anymore. So I may have to reconsider and, start taking that person up off of here. But I look forward for y'all support. I know you can't make it here on all of them. I know some of you guys don't want to be here when I'm doing the riffy raff and defending myself, and I can respect that. But I like to see you guys peep your head in sometime just to know that, you guys are still here and the channel is still protected by my beautiful mods of selection. So with that being said, y'all have a beautiful day, and shout out to all of my mods that comes in the blue. I appreciate you guys. You stood by me. Y'all standing by me even through the damn storm, so I appreciate it. Pap is I am not talking to a boo. I am not. No, I'm not. Teddy's upstairs asleep, so Teddy's upstairs asleep. I'm not talking to no boo. Not at all. You said, I thought it was life. Janice Keish, thanks for rocking, girl. Demetria, thanks for rocking. All of you guys, thanks. Thank you. Now, I got to get off here because I got to go catch up and see what Musty was talking about over there, y'all. Goodbye.